2 months before Senegal's 2024 election, this man was not contesting. 2 weeks before the election, he was in prison. 2 days after the election, it turns out he had won. If this information were given to me by Siri, I would have said it was not serious. How did Bassirou Diomaye Faye, a 44-year-old, win an election he was not originally contesting for after such a roller coaster turn of events? And what can we learn from this story? So number one, Faye, the newly elected president of Senegal, was imprisoned alongside the leader of his political party in the person of Ousmane Sonko. But it turns out they were fighting different charges. Ousmane was the one supposed to be the presidential candidate of their political party, which is Pastef. But Ousmane was dealing with a more serious issue, which got him disqualified from the race. Here is the twist. Faye was the right-hand man of Ousmane, and Faye was dealing with minor charges of contempt and being critical of the government. This is where the juice is, because people are supposed to be jailed for wrongdoing, are they not? However, the same act that got Faye jailed or imprisoned was the same act that got him elected into presidency. It was the same act that made him overthrow a major traditional political party. So in essence, he was jailed for something wrong he did, but this wrong turned out to be the right thing. What can we learn from this? Facing intense opposition doesn't always mean you are wrong. Sometimes it's a sign that you are making a great impact. Jerry John Rawlings, Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King Jr., Jesus Christ were all convicted at some point in their life story. But looking back now, we see that the reasons why they were convicted were simply because they were bent on doing the right thing. But it's not just about politics or religion. If you, in your own life, decide to be somebody who stands for integrity, honesty, and doing the right thing, you will face opposition. And the degree of opposition you will face will be directly proportional to the intensity of that value that you express. But the truth is, we cannot just say that we don't want to be opposed and we don't want to face any form of tribulation, and so we will not do anything and fold our arms. Because if you really want to make a great impact, you want to leave a mark, a footprint in this world, and not just be part of the masses, you have to be ready to face some of that opposition at least. But you should remember that when the opposition comes, it doesn't signify that you are doing something wrong. Sometimes it just means that your impact is being felt on a great scale. Lesson number 2, Bassirou Diomaye Faye, who has become the youngest democratically elected African president, was only serving as the right-hand man of Ousmane Sonko, who, as I told you, is the main political leader of Pastef, which is their political party. Then Ousmane was disqualified because of some issues he had with the law. And listen to this, on January 8th, Faye was officially declared the flag bearer of Pastef, who will stand for the election. And on March 24, the election was held, which he won convincingly. Here is the twist. January 28 to March 24 is less than 2 months, and nobody can prepare enough to become a president in 2 months. You cannot even win the trust of any populace from scratch within that time frame. But the reason that Faye was able to take the bull by the horn was because the opportunity fell on his laps when he was ready. Or, to put it another way, he was already ready before the opportunity came. What can we learn from this? Opportunities must meet you ready. Most of the time, we carry the mindset that when we get to a certain level in life, then we'll behave in the way that matches up to that level. But the truth is, opportunities can only be seized by people who were ready before it came. A great example is job opportunity. You can see an offer announced and the deadline is in 2 weeks. And part of the requirement is proficiency in the usage of certain softwares. Within that 2 weeks, you cannot go and learn how to use all those softwares. You must have been prepared already. You can't in those 2 weeks go and get the 2 years of experience that might be required in that list of job requirements. So if you were not ready before it came, then it was already too late for you. But the truth also is that it's not every opportunity that we can see coming and prepare for it in advance. So how do you prepare for an opportunity that you do not even know that is coming your way? The answer is still in the life of Faye, because this opportunity also just came out of the blue and fell on his lap. So how was he ready for it? He was ready because he had already been prolific in the discharge of his duties. He was already known as a man of integrity, fairness, transparency, and was a man his political party members knew they could trust to deliver. And by extension, a lot of people also knew that this was a man who was trustworthy. So right there is the answer. Whatever you are given to do now, make sure you deliver on it with all diligence. Everything that you need to do right now is an opportunity for you to prepare for an opportunity, because very soon you might be met with one chance, and upon grabbing it, you will realize that, oh, the last experience was actually preparing you for this one. So make sure that whatever the case may be, opportunities meet you ready. By the way, this is Eqay Inspire YouTube channel, and on this channel, what we do is extract crucial life lessons from important life stories. If you are new here, hit the subscribe button below, turn on the notification bell so that whenever we post a new video, you will get notified. One of the videos we shot recently was about Sewa Amehia, a TV personality in Ghana, and 4 remarkable traits she has that we believe that every person should adopt, and it will make the world a better place. You can click right here to watch that video for yourself. Back to the lessons. Lesson number 3. Pastef, the political party that Bassirou Diomaye Faye, the 44-year-old newly elected president of Senegal, belongs to, was founded in January 2014. After just 10 years, it has been able to rise to the point of not only rubbing shoulders with a traditional political party, but actually overthrowing them at the polls. Who would have thought that a brand new political party could rise from nothing to a point where they could win power against a ruling party with 54% at the polls in just a matter of 10 years, 1 decade? What can we learn from this? Radical change is possible. Honestly, it is difficult to imagine a different set of circumstances when you've been used to a certain norm. You can even come from a family where struggle and hardship is so normal and so common that it's difficult for you to even imagine a life of abundance. Similarly, certain countries have also been riddled with corruption and struggle that the citizens have even lost hope that there could actually be a turnaround for that country to be better. But if a 10-year-old political party can beat down a party that is in government with a candidate who was in prison 2 weeks before the election, I have reason to tell you to believe in change. Change is indeed possible. As a wise man once said, people who cause great change in the world are the people who are insane enough to believe that they can. So I challenge you, pursue all your heart desires like everything in the world is yours for the taking. Because it is. Chase after your dreams as though there are no limitations set for you, because there are none. See life like it's your playground. Adopt this mindset and you will be shocked by the possibilities you'll be able to unlock for yourself. Lesson number 4. Bassirou Diomaye Faye, who became the youngest president in the history of Senegal, is a man who is widely known for his integrity, transparency, and fairness. In fact, he was a tax inspector at a point in his career, and he was known to be very diligent with his work. He was also known to be very critical of government over corruption and shady activities. Will you believe that this character of fairness and integrity was what resonated through his campaign messages and earned the trust of the Senegalese populace to the point where they gave him 54.2% of the vote? The ruling party itself, interestingly, got 35.79% of the percentage. What can we learn from this? Integrity and honesty are still superior to bribery and corruption. This one, I'll repeat it. Integrity and honesty are still superior to bribery and corruption. The truth is, in today's world, we have so many ill-willed politicians, shady business people, or even fraudsters get celebrated by the masses so much that some people are even tempted to believe that it's impossible to rise to the top when you you have not involved yourself in any illegal activities. But the truth is, humanity in general is tired of getting lied to and deceived over and over and over again. If you are a person who is known for your integrity and honesty, you will become a commodity that is valuable, extremely valuable in fact, and in short supply at the same time. At the very least opportunity, people will want to appoint you to be in leadership positions above them. Why? Because truth will always defeat lies, and integrity will always be more rewarding than corruption. Lesson number 5. After we've all heard the remarkable stories of the likes of Kwame Nkrumah, Jerry John Rawlings, Nelson Mandela, who would have imagined that another day would come in the history of this continent where we will see before our own eyes somebody go to prison and become a president? But Bassirou Diomaye Faye has written an equally fantastic story by becoming president only 2 weeks after he was in prison for a political party that is only 10 years old. What can we learn from this? The greatest stories are not all in the past. We tend to usually forget that we who are alive right now are currently writing the history of the future. When we hear the stories of Shakespeare, Isaac Newton, Catherine Coleman, Abraham Maslow, Nelson Mandela, and the likes, we tend to assume subconsciously that their stories are the greatest that will ever be told. But the truth is, if you can relentlessly pursue your dreams, it will surprise you that one day your story might also be written in the history books as one of the greatest to have ever done it. So I challenge you, don't give up. Never give up. You are actually writing the story that the children of the future will be reading. So make it special. So that is it for today. Those are the 5 breathtaking lessons from the life of Africa's youngest president, Bassirou Diomaye Faye. Before you go, remember to check the description of this video and you'll find a link to our Telegram channel as well as our WhatsApp channel. Join both channels. And until I see you again in our next video, remember that life always gives us episodes of chaos and peace. But after each episode, you should pause and ask yourself, what can I learn from this?